It would appear that MrBeast is now hiring Alec Baldwin's lawyer. I mean, to be fair, looking at the case of Alec Baldwin and seeing that he got off the hook, yeah, that lawyer must be a legal genius. I don't know how he pulled it off. I haven't seen the trial, but it amazed me because I genuinely thought that at least Alec Baldwin is going to get a slap on the wrist, but he didn't. So the lawyer must definitely be some Saul Goodman level lawyer. But yeah, MrBeast is hiring him, and the reason that I put this video on this particular channel and not my entertainment channel is because we can actually talk about something very interesting, which is the court of public opinion. So I know it's very difficult, but like, let's separate what MrBeast has done and separate his character from what's actually going on so that you can recognize this type of tactic when it's going to happen in the future. Now, what MrBeast is accused of is not illegal. Like, none of the accusations are that he broke any type of law, as far as I know, unless there are some other accusations that I didn't look into. No, like, what his accusations are damaging his brand. They're damaging his PR, they're damaging his opportunity of associating with other people, they're damaging his sponsorship potentials, and on top of that, it's influencing his growth negatively, because I believe like he's losing viewership and subscribers if the websites that I'm looking at are giving me some sort of accurate information. Now, when it comes to the viewership and the subscribers, that's a finkly thing. You can't really control that as a content creator. You may get them back if time moves on and people forget about it, or you may never get them back. That's not something you can fix. But what you can fix is the relationship with the sponsors. Because sponsors, they look at the news, they look at what's happening, and they're like, well, you know, we don't really want to associate with you because of the controversy. So if you manage to change the news cycle, if you manage to change what, it's not like what the public opinion thinks, but what the corporate opinion is about you, then you can definitely regain those sponsors. You can come back into the good graces. A perfect example of this would be Johnny Depp, right? Like, the news media is writing that Johnny Depp is this evil guy, he's a misogynistic pig, and he's doing bad things to his wife, and these are the articles, and all of a sudden, Johnny Depp finds himself unable to get opportunities, he finds himself blacklisted from Hollywood, so he sues, and then after the lawsuit, the media changes, the corporate opinion about him is different, and now he's getting jobs, now he's getting business opportunities, right? So this is what it's like. Now, the way that these lawsuits work is that MrBeast's legal team is going to look at all the content that this individual dog pack has ever made about MrBeast. Everything. And they're going to watch those videos, they're going to go frame by frame, and every single claim that the person has made about MrBeast is going to be compiled. And then they're going to present the judge with a list of 50, 40, 70 claims that Dogpack has made. And it's sufficient that 3 of those claims get proven to be false. Like, maybe he says, I think that MrBeast is a psychopath. Like, this is actually something that I believe it's in the video, right? Okay, well, let's get a trained psychologist to analyze whether or not MrBeast is that. And the defense will be, well, yeah, but it's my opinion. And you're wasting time, you're wasting money for doing this, right? Like, you are being swamped with litigation, you are being swamped, and now you have to defend all those accusations. You gotta show that everything you said was either a matter of your opinion, or you have evidence that what you said is true. So what is likely to happen when you get bombarded with, like, this level of accusation, it's sufficient for 1 or 2 of them to be proven false. And if that's the case, then that's what you would see the headlines the next day. Like, that's what the mainstream media is going to be reporting, you know, like, Dogpack 404 has to pay damages for MrBeast over false allegations, blah, 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 blah. And that is enough to sway the corporate opinion. That is enough to get MrBeast back in the good graces of the corporations. Because people just read the headlines, right? Now, if you actually would read the article and you would scroll down if that happened, then you would see that, well, okay, well, out of the 60 allegations, 3 were debunked, and those are the ones, blah, 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 blah. But the other ones weren't Now the thing is, like, when you file a lawsuit over this, right, over defamation, it's also important to prove that if it's a matter of opinion, it's not defamation. So if I say, I think that you're a piece of shit, I don't actually have to prove that you are a piece of shit, because it's my opinion, it's in my head, right? And you can't disprove that in my head that's not the case. So this is something that will work in favor of Dogpack. But again, as I mentioned, he's got a really good lawyer, and this is probably how they're going to go about it. They're going to just take every single statement that was said, and they're going to swamp Dogpack with litigation to having to prove that, no, actually, this was my opinion, or actually, I have evidence that this happened, blah, blah, blah. And chances are that one or two of these statements will not be proven, and this is how the articles will show up the next day. Because as I said initially, this is actually a PR battle, right? And it's also the importance to send the message that if more people come out with accusations, then they also risk in getting dogpacked. So I wouldn't be surprised if the allegations regarding the people that MrBeast has surrounded himself with are not going to be disproven, if the logs aren't going to be disproven. But claims like MrBeast is faking his videos, I mean, those are really easy to disprove, because MrBeast can say, well, maybe some of my videos have used certain effects, but like, look, I have this video and that video and this video, and they're perfectly legit. They are 100% real. The claim made against me is over the top. It's damaging my brand. And if he wins on that, then it's going to be like, well, this guy has lied about his previous employer. What else did he lie about, right? So it's enough to just cast doubt into the public domain. And now, the interesting thing is that the Daily Mail actually has comment sections, and we can see how people are responding to this. And you have, like, individuals saying, what was said about MrBeast seems incredibly plausible. He's just trying to save face by hiring the lawyer. Sounds to me like there's more to come out. He was pretty quickly to remind a lot of former staff about the NDAs they signed. They say that Alec Baldwin was not exonerated, but it's a case of the prosecution not doing their job properly. Humans addicted to hoarding the planet's resources. Okay, we got one of these people. YouTuber biggest star is someone I've never heard of. I'm proud of that. I do find this to be fascinating. I think he's more popular in the United States, and he's more popular with the younger generation. Because when it was about PewDiePie, literally everybody around the world knew who PewDiePie was. Like, you could go to a restaurant and see your waiter, and it would be like, subscribe to PewDiePie, and she would know what you're talking about. With MrBeast, it's just weird. Like, here in Europe, he's not popular at all. Unless MrBeast is popular with the new generation, in which case it would explain why, I don't know. Yeah, no, like, most of the comments here seem to be negative. Like, I haven't seen a single comment defending him. And a lot of people don't know who he is. But this is most likely due to the fact that this is a European newspaper, right? This is dailymail.com. And it's also filled with a lot of people my age. So there's probably not a big audience overlap. But as you can see, the public opinion is vehemently against him. And I do think that he needs this PR win in order to turn it around. Because things are just going downhill. Like, they're not recovering to even the level where he used to be before the controversy started, let alone keep growing. So he definitely needs this PR battle. I don't think, like, he can do a Dr. Disrespect to just take a little vacation and then come back. It's simply because he is actually the biggest content creator. So people know about him. It's, like, the flame is going to respark if he does that. So yeah, he is definitely trying to get a lid on it. I am curious though, like, if there are actual MrBeast defenders. Like, if there are people that are willing to stick their neck out for him. I haven't seen that. I assume that there would be, right? Like, he's got tens of millions of fans. So I assume that they do exist out there in the ether somewhere. But I haven't seen, like, a video, it's like, in defense of MrBeast. And they would start just talking and, you know, going through the accusations and, right? Like, have you guys seen something? Like, because if you did, let me know. I would actually be interested in it. In the meantime, let me know what you think in the comment section. And as usual, I will see you guys later. Take care.